Hello, guys. Karabo here again. Um, Guys, I really think we need to think about what's happening in the country. Um, so, what am I talking about? Look here. We talk about the 10 years, right? The lost 10 years in South Africa. Um, the 10 years that supposedly destroyed the country or destroyed the economy, right? As we all know, it takes a shorter time to destroy than to build. So if it took 10 years to destroy, that means to fix this problem will probably take longer than 10 years, right? And that is if we are pushing as hard as possible to fix the problem. That's if all of us are pulling in the same direction to fix the problem. In South Africa, there's a lot of bickering. There's a lot of groups that pull in opposite directions. As a result, the country doesn't move anywhere, it stays in the same place, right? Picture someone who just goes around in circles and thinks they're making progress. That's what's happening in South Africa. Guys, there's a lot of poverty that's going to come here if we don't change. If people think right now there's poverty in South Africa, they're wrong. There isn't much poverty in South Africa. There's something coming here that we're all not ready for if ever we don't get smart and stop bickering over small stupid things and start focusing on the real issues in this country, right? Fixing the unemployment problem, which just means creating an environment whereby businesses can thrive, whether it's local businesses or whether it's businesses that are created by outside investors, doesn't matter. We need to create a situation, the government as a start needs to create a situation where business can thrive in the country. I heard the president talking about infrastructure, fixing the current infrastructure in South Africa. South Africa is the most industrialized country in Africa, but we are fast deindustrializing. That has a lot to do with corruption. That has a lot to do with illegal immigrants that are purposely destroying the infrastructure of South Africa, by the way. But even them, I can't blame them too much. It's the state that's at fault here because it's them who are supposed to protect the state by any means necessary, right? So we need to fix the industrialization issue, right? That issue is paramount. Then we need to create a situation whereby we motivate young people. Young people, in my opinion, anyone who's under the age of 45. Young people need to be incentivized to start businesses or to join businesses. But let's just talk about them starting businesses, right? Young people need to be made to understand how a business is started, how it's nurtured till it starts yielding fruit. For example, young people or people in not just South Africa, by the way, but people in general, and this is all races, as long as they're in the middle class or they are poor, people will say things like, I don't have money to start the business that I want to start, right? And then by them saying that, the assumption is those who have businesses had money, which already is flawed thinking, right? If you don't have money to start a business, where do you get the money from? You can find a job and go work to get the money, but chances are if you need R1 million to make something happen, there's a good chance that by the time you've saved R1 million, if possible, that opportunity you wanted to take advantage of is gone. Guys, sorry about the cars again. I just like recording these outside. I hope they don't disturb too much. So, where do you get money when you don't have money? Guess what? You go to people with money and you offer them value and they give you the money. You give them 10% or 20% or 30% or 50% of your business. Then they give you the R1 million. Now you have the R1 million. Now you can make things happen. I know someone will sit there and say, yeah, but you make it sound so easy. You're trying to build a business and be in the 1% in the world. Who said anything about easy? It won't be easy, but it's doable, and that's how everyone else does it. Let me not say everyone, because again, people are gonna scream at me for that. But that's how most people do it. Remember, guys, it's a fact that most of the richest people in the world today are people who were not born rich. But then, how do these people get money to start and grow their businesses, right? And remember, guys, a lot of the time you don't even need a lot of money to start a business. If you saved money, you can start a business. And whatever business, if you run it for a while, get it to show some level of success. Success doesn't mean it's making millions. Success means you've proved that the product or service that you're selling to the world, people want it. So you've got customers. Now you could go to someone and say, listen, give me R1,000,000. I'll give you 20% of this thing. Let's build it. Let's grow it. Right? People with money, guys, want to grow their money. That's what they want. So they're always looking for opportunities to grow their money. Now, this also has a lot to do with your self-image. A lot of people probably won't even believe in themselves that they can get money from someone else, that they could convince someone else to give them R1,000,000. R1,000,000 is nothing, by the way. People are convincing people every day to give them 100 million rand, 50 million rand, right? So $50 million, $100 million even. So R1,000,000, 2 million rand, 5 million rand is nothing, right, to someone who really has money and someone who sees potential in something you're building. So guys, the key thing to understand is, in the world, God put resources for you to exploit. When I say exploit, I don't mean in a bad way. I mean use, for you to use them. They are at your disposal. We always think that resources need to belong to us for us to be able to use them. No. The many people in the world that have the R1,000,000 that you need, right, to build and grow your business, all of those resources are yours. You just need to provide value to those people. Don't wait to get funding from the government, for example, right? We all know that the government doesn't have money, and even if they do, there'll be corruption involved. They won't fund the best ideas, and. Right? There's so much money in the world, guys, but we're behaving as if there's no money in the world, right? The money is attracted to value. Come up with a company, come up with a business plan, right? Detail, dollarize, right? Detail how the whole thing is going to work. Detail exactly how it's going to make money, right? And if you can, start use your own little money. If you have that money, use that money to prove the concept that people are actually interested in this thing, right? Once you have customers, even if it's a little customers, 50 customers, now you can go to someone with money and say, listen, bro, this thing is going to be big. How do I know that? Because in 6 months, I've sold X amount of this stuff, right? And I'm struggling to meet demand because I don't have the money, right? Anyone with a sane brain will give you the money now you need. But anyway, that was just a side note, guys. I think we need to understand something, guys. The government, the South African government, and I'm going to just specifically talk about the ANC, is not coming to save anyone, guys. I'll tell you why. The very same people that destroyed the country in the ANC are the same people that are still there. Albert Einstein told us that you cannot fix a problem at the level that it was created at the same level that where it was created. So there's no way that the same people who were part of creating the problem will be the ones who offer the solution. And always remember, ANC politicians are very arrogant. So I'll say it in Zulu, abafuna ukutshelwa. Remember that. So your future can't depend on people like that. You can't put your future, your kids' future, your grandkids' future. It can't hinge on people who are like that. So I personally believe that us as South Africa, now the younger people, it's our chance, it's our opportunity now to build and fix, just like the generation of Mandela, Sisulu, and those guys, right? Just like how they did what they do, just like how they did what they did, right, by helping us with the whole apartheid thing. But this whole economic thing, it's not them anymore. It's not their generation who sort that problem out. I, by the way, have a belief that they don't even want to sort that problem out. That generation of people, I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that that generation of people is just happy with the status quo, the way things are. So it's us who can solve this problem. It's us who should want to fix this problem. Otherwise, guys, there's flames coming here, and we can't run away anywhere else. We are in the tip of Africa. Where do average South Africans, right? Because if you're exceptional, you can always go somewhere in the world. But average South Africans, where do they run to when South Africa implodes? Can't run to Zim, there's nothing there. Can't run to Namibia, we're going to overwhelm them. There's just 4 million people there. Country's not that big land-wise, but there's not enough opportunity for you to go there and exploit. Botswana, same thing. So where do you run to? You see, we'll all try to run to Europe and America, but by the time the shit hits the fan here, they'll make sure that South Africans are not allowed in that country or in those countries. So we have to fix this place, right? So yeah, guys, I'll make more of these videos. Please like and comment and subscribe. Just especially comment, because I really want to obviously fix the videos as well, where I can. Yeah. Yes, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Cheers.